There are many disturbing things that are going on in Ukraine, and that Russia is doing. One of the most worrying is the use of white phosphorus and other chemical or incendiary munitions on the battlefield. And this isn't merely a military question, but a moral one. It strikes at the heart of what modern warfare should not be: a war on civilians and their cities, a war with illegal weapons. Just last week, German and Dutch intelligence services warned that Russia is increasingly using chemical weapons in Ukraine, and these reports describe a growing readiness to deploy a range of toxic agents such as chloropicrin, a suffocating gas dating back to World War I, dropped from drones into trenches to flush out Ukrainian soldiers. This is not just a battlefield innovation, but a grotesque revival of banned warfare weapons. Ukrainian authorities say at least 3 soldiers have already died from such attacks. The 1925 Geneva Protocol bans chemical weapons. The 1992 Chemical Weapons Convention further outlaws their development and stockpiling. Russia is a signatory, but apparently unmoved by its commitments. But let's turn to white phosphorus specifically, a weapon that's become infamous in this war, and that I discussed over a year ago with Caleb Robertson, who is over in Ukraine. White phosphorus is a waxy, yellowish substance that ignites on contact with oxygen, burning at temperatures exceeding 800 degrees centigrade. It produces a thick white smoke used to obscure troop movements or illuminate targets. But it's also a terrifying incendiary weapon. It sticks to flesh, it burns to the bone, it can reignite when exposed to air. Victims suffer third-degree burns requiring extensive skin grafts. And the Human Rights Watch describes its effects as notorious for the severity of the injuries it causes. Now, the legal status of white phosphorus is complex but clear in principle. White phosphorus itself is not banned outright. It can be used legally to generate smoke screens or mark targets. However, its use as an incendiary weapon against civilians is prohibited under Protocol 3 of the 1980 Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons. Moreover, the Geneva Conventions bar any indiscriminate attacks that cannot distinguish between military and civilian targets. Simply put, when used in civilian areas, white phosphorus becomes a potential war crime. Ukraine has repeatedly accused Russia of using white phosphorus in populated areas. During the brutal siege of Mariupol in 2022, Ukraine claimed phosphorus munitions were used to burn out defenders and terrify civilians. Similar accusations have been made about attacks in Bakhmut, Marinka, and even Snake Island. Drone footage released by Ukraine's military shows Bakhmut ablaze as incendiary munitions rain down. Independent analysis by the BBC has confirmed the use of incendiary munitions near a children's hospital, though verifying that it was phosphorus remains difficult. Russia, for its part, denies any wrongdoing, insisting that it has never violated international conventions. Yet Moscow's pattern in Syria, where the Assad regime employed similar tactics, gives these denials little credibility. We must see these attacks for what they are: part of a deliberate strategy of terror against civilian populations. Burning people out of shelters, targeting hospitals, rendering cities uninhabitable is not military necessity, it's barbarism. And the use of white phosphorus in civilian areas is rightly regarded as a war crime. The international community must treat these allegations with utmost seriousness, because if we fail to enforce these basic rules of war, then we invite further escalation, further erosion, and the world becomes once more a more savage place.